So, how did it go last night?
How'd what go?
Meeting your mother.
You know.
That bad, huh?
Let's just say it wasn't exactly a loving reunion.
Frank, I'm closing in on finding your dad. If you want me to drop...
First order of business.
I'll catch up with you.
There's a chronic condition we need to address here.
Well, I hope it responds to antibiotics.
To wit, the hemorrhaging of black ink. Now, the delinquent account rate currently stands at a completely unacceptable 48%. That is an 11% increase over last quarter.
Broad strokes, George.
Well, to start off with, there's the soon-to-be ex-Mrs. Jeremy Benker, who is contesting the hardware charges on our surveillance of her husband.
And she refuses to pay. Why?
It's kill the messenger time, Frank. Everybody wants the truth. They just don't want to pay for it.
What's the total damage?
Accounts 90 days and over, 72,000 and change.
All right. Get a collection agency on it.
You know, when I was running my shop, nobody owed me dime one.
You never made dime one, Wegman.
I just don't see why you give a percentage off the top to some polyester short-sleeve phone jockey when I, Steve Wegman, would be more than happy to do it for you.
How much?
Frank, you were in my corner when my reputation was getting its ear bitten off. I owe you.
Everybody owes him, Wegman. That's the problem.
Huh? Call me altruistic, Frank, but I would consider it an honor to do it for you.
Okay.
Consider the 72K in the bank.
Moving on.
Yes.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
My honey died in 1976, you bum.
Is that you, Arthur?
Mm-hmm. Miss Boner?
Bonner, two N's.
See, so it is. My mistake. I'm sorry. Miss Bonner, what would you say if I told you that there were more chemicals in your tap water than the Love Canal?
It's tap water.
And just for pennies a day, you could drink, shower, bathe, scrub all that God-given beauty of yours without the harshness of chlorine or the flammability of benzene.
Yes. There's a creep in my apartment building. Could you send an officer, please?
Okay. I'm from Total Security, and the accounting department is getting a little restless about that $3,800 you owe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't make a habit of paying for a job until the job is done.
Now, Miss Bonner, you can't fib a fibber. Now, I saw a copy of that final report we sent you, and your boyfriend has been thoroughly checked out. And you are the only woman that he is cheating on his wife with. Now, if you want him to continue to think that he's the only man in your life, I suggest you pay your bill. Presto, subito.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Well, isn't there some way we can work this out?
Such as?
Such as another form of payment, maybe? You see, the problem is I'm penniless.
Pantyless?
I mean, penniless.
Well, that's a problem.
Or an opportunity.
What you would be suggesting is wrong.
Why don't you come inside?
Even unethical.
I'll make us some Mai Tais.
Or even immoral.
And we'll wait for my girlfriend, Dominique, to come over.
I suppose I can knock out $50. Oh!
Morning, Frank.
Morning.
Here are your messages, and I put Dick Kleindorf and his client in your office.
Thanks, Geneva.
Hello.
Hi.
How's the shakedown business coming?
Perfecto, Jefe. Nobody stiffs Steve Wigman. Nobody.
Good. I'll tell George you can expect some positive cash flow. When?
End of the day, buddy. End of the day for sure.
Morning, Dick.
Good to see you, Frank. Francisco, say hello to Arlene Silver.
It's Fishbach now. In light of what happened, I decided to take back my maiden name.
Pleased to meet you. What can I do for you?
My husband's a cheater.
Well, California being a no-fault state, I'm sure Mr. Kleindorf told you that adultery is not necessarily
Oh,
grounds
he's
for...
not cheating with another woman. God, no. My husband
He's a dentist.
is impotent.
Oh.
Well, it's not his fault. He says it's because of all the mercury fillings that he put in before the EPA outlawed it. But he's still trying to cheat me out of what's mine.
Money, Frank. The guy's strictly a one-chair dentist. In the West Valley with a hygienist you wouldn't let in your mouth wearing 2 pairs of latex gloves. Suddenly he's flying off to Santa Fe on some junket.
Not business-related.
My friends in Livingston's were driving through in their Winnebago on their way to see their daughter Charlene in Florida, and they saw Morris
Dr. Silver.
coming out of some gallery with Lydia Driscoll,
Who's what to him?
his decorator. She's redoing his office.
Extravagantly, Frank. Bottom line, my client wants out of the marriage. And we believe the doctor could be concealing assets that should be part of the community property settlement.
You want some forensic accounting?
On a budget. I don't want to spend 20 grand tracking down a kitty maybe worth 10.
We'll see what we can dig up.
Good man. All right, we'll be in touch.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Cisco.
I hope we can be of service.
Thank you.
Neville, I need you to set up on a Dr. Morris Silver's dental office in the West Valley.
Buenos dias, amigos.
Buenos dias. How long you gonna be, más o menos?
Nah, I'm not en Cristo. Dr. Silva, La Dentista, which was his?
The Cadillac over there. Pero mira, he never went in for no detailing before.
He's turning over a new leaf, my man. Look, cleanliness is proximal to godliness. You dig? Los llaves, por favor.
Maybe I should call the office.
Oh, no. Don't be silly and ruin the surprise. Look, it's their anniversary. And Mr. Silva doesn't want to pull up to the Red Lobster with the family hoopty all credit up. And plus, it's 2 for a day. Dos por uno, huh? The Doc's caddy and el toyo de usted, huh? What do you say, huh? Órale?
Orale.
All right, my man.
Here you go.
Okay, you want to open wide for me?
Hey, Doc, I'm here to check the AC.
I think you're going to have to come back another time. I got a patient here.
Listen, just take a second, and I'll be out of your life for another year.
This looks bad.
Hey, finished the report on the Latimer case. I think we dug up enough on the wife to give him a shot at sole custody.
Good work.
Thanks. So, you never said whether you wanted me to keep on looking for your father or not.
Jody, I don't know. Meeting my mother kind of spooked me.
So, is that a yes or a no, or let me see what I come up with and you can do with it what you want?
All of the above.
Am I interrupting?
Not at all. How'd it go out there?
I followed the subject and unknown woman in the late 20s to the Granita restaurant in Malibu. They had a $287 dinner tab, and that included a $140 bottle of wine. Then I followed them north on PCH to 134 Broad Beach Road, during which time I obtained audio surveillance that I think you'll find relevant.
There's a Rodin coming up for auction tomorrow at Armistad's. I'm thinking of getting it.
A Rodin? My God, it'll cost a fortune.
Let's get Ellie over to Armistice tomorrow and check that out.
Okay.
You know, it's not fair that I didn't meet you sooner.
What's not fair is that I wasted all these years with my wife.
Natty in the garage.
Boris, wait. Not in the car hood. Oh, it's hot.
So am I.
You don't do this with her, do you?
I haven't touched Arlene in years.
I don't want you touching her again, ever.
You got nothing to worry about, baby. She is history.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
Sounds like Moe's drill works after all.
Are you all right?
They have no respect, these people, and no fear of being caught.
Yeah, you know, and he'll zip right down La Brea and be in the jungle before he can say shalom. It's terrible.
Huh.
You be careful out on the street now.
Hey, Ellie. Frank asked me to have you review the surveillance on that dentist.
Thanks.
God's punishing you for having a perfect smile.
Frank said you said end of the day, and that was yesterday.
Let's not talk about yesterday, Georgie. All we have is today. Well, good morning to you, Miss Bonner. I hope you brought your checkbook with you because, you know, those late charges compound by the second.
Oh, that's the least of my worries. My car has just been stolen right out of my garage, and if I don't get it back, I am royally screwed.
Gotta have wheels in L.A., that's true. I assume you reported it to the police?
I can't. The thing is it's not my car. It's my boyfriend's car. And if the police go to his house, forget it.
Oh, then the wife finds out about you. She gives the old man an ultimatum, and you're back waitressing at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, God. You gotta help me find that car.
Well, I'd like to. But there's this matter of your outstanding balance, and until that's resolved, I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, all right, okay. If I get you your money, will you help me out?
Steve Wakeman is at your service.
Well, I'll tell you, Brent, I've never seen anything quite like that. Why don't you go ahead and rinse out, huh?
Got a sec?
Definitely. This is the most excruciatingly boring life I've ever peeped into. What's up?
I'm trying to locate a Michael Miller.
What's the case?
A favor for a friend. National Armed Forces Locator gave me a last known in Boston 10 years ago. That was a bust, and I'm drawing a blank on everything current.
How long was this Miller in the service?
20 years.
Oh, well, why don't I call my dad in Washington, ask him to run the guy with the VA payroll administration, and we'll see where he gets his checks.
That would be great.
You bet. I'll get back to you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Joyce, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good myself. What are you pushing today?
A new generation of pain management called Dexoxenol.
Oh, yeah?
It's very effective.
Really?
You and a girlfriend?
If you had half a brain in that cantaloupe, you'd know that was Earl of Olay.
Was? What, did you have the old nag put to sleep along with the wife?
You insolent slob.
Look, my company did over 500 hours of legwork for your defense team, which, by the way, didn't sit well with the ladies at the office, since everybody knows, except for the 12 angry morons in the jury box, that you had your old lady whacked. So pay up, Pancho, and I'll say vaya con Dios.
How much?
That'll be $14,883, which is cheap, considering the ponies you'd be riding in Chino. Screw you, Cisco.
That's right.
You're refusing to pay?
I still have a civil case to deal with. My bean counters have made me judgment-proof. Only in America. Declare Chapter 11 and live happily ever after, huh? Don't let the door hit you in the ass on your way out, amigo.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Special Agent Laura Braganza with the Internal Revenue Service.
May I see vacation?
We're conducting an investigation into one of your clients, a Dr. Morris Silver. We have knowledge that he may have purchased a sculpture at an auction here yesterday with funds obtained through tax fraud.
I'm expressing shock. Dr. Silver is one of our most valued and respected clients.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that he pays his taxes.
And it is what that you seek from me?
Copy of the check that he gave you to verify the account that he's using.
I'm sorry. We make it a practice to be very protecting at all times of the privacy of our clientele.
Believe me, sir, it's in your best interest to cooperate with the government on this.
Do you have the legal paper required?
Oh, I could get a subpoena, that's not really a problem. But if you make me go to the trouble, I'll be forced to freeze your business assets until a hearing is scheduled.
Excuse? Freeze my assets? Why? I have nothing to do with this man's business.
I don't really know that. For all I know, you're laundering funds for Dr. Silver.
Excuse? This is an outraging accusation.
If you're collaborating in tax fraud, you could be prosecuted under RICO statutes, making all of your holdings subject to forfeiture. Thank you. I should also remind you that any communications with Dr. Silver would be considered aiding and abetting a criminal. That's a felony.
Beach.
Yes, I understand. It's just that we've been holding a considerable number of combat pension checks for Mr. Miller, and we need to reconcile his account. Uh-huh. They got plowed back into general surplus under H.R. 6210, the Unclaimed Benefits Act of 1993. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Thank you. You've been very helpful, Lieutenant. Semper Fi to you, too.
El Segundo phone prefix. I don't know any Michael Miller.
Used to be Michael Sestero of Boston. Married Dolores Quinn, now Petrillo, in 55 or 56, and they had a son in 1957. The Marine Corps was his out. They weren't taking married men with infants, so he changed his name, then shipped out to the Dominican Republic. He moved to El Segundo when he retired from the Corps in 79, and he's been living there ever since. Right under your nose. Now you know Frank.
Sorry I missed your call. Hello, sorry I missed your call. Please leave a message at the tone. Mr. Miller, I think I've been told you... That is to say, we could possibly be related. That is in the sense that you could possibly be my father. I know this is kind of a strange message to be leaving on someone's machine. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Yeah, well, I know why. If it's true, it's been like 39 years or something, and I'm curious is all. You don't have to worry. I'm not looking for anything. It's not like we gotta play catch in the park or anything. I just thought maybe we could, hook up. And if that's something you're not interested in, I understand. So I leave it up to you. I guess that's it. It'd probably help if I left my number. 555-0189. Name's Frank. Frank Cisco.
Darnell.
Hey, what's up, brother man?
How you doing, man? Haven't seen you for a while. Hey, listen, hey, I need some freelance muscle, you know, if you're interested.
I'm listening.
All right, there's 3 Benjamins in for you if you help me out.
Up front?
Well, we get cash first, but that's not going to be a problem.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that, Holmes.
Darnell, have I ever let you down?
Plenty of times.
All right. All right, well, this time's going to make up for all those times. All right, if you're not interested, I can always drop a dime to one of the brothers of the fruit.
You go 4?
3.5 and you got a deal.
All right, you got yourself a road dog.
All right.
Please, please, I told you.
A little bit more to the left, Darnell. I would hate for him to splatter all over that fine patio furniture.
How's this?
Ooh, ouch.
I told you. All my assets are frozen.
So was your poor wife.
Oh, God. What is?
Spending the long
Please.
4th of July weekend on ice at the morgue with no one to identify her. Well, you're going to have the same fate, buddy boy. No one's going to recognize your skinny butt once you hit the ground.
I'll give you a tip. It's a sure thing, man. Crazy Dave. Tomorrow at Santa Anita.
Crazy Dave, huh?
Yes.
What race?
5th. I just got this myself.
Man,
Please.
you ain't buying that line, I know.
That's called creative financing, Darnell. You can't squeeze blood from a stone.
Oh, no. Oh, guys. Oh, no, this. This, let me go. Oh, God. Oh, this.
You
This.
can throw all your money away if you want to, fool, but I want mine now.
This is no time for fiscal conservation, Darnell. You want to make that 350 grow, you got to take some risks. Yes, this is 789. Venture capitalism, my friend. Yeah, give me 7 dimes on Crazy Dave and the 5th tomorrow in Santa Anita. You in or what? Beep, 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 beep.
Look, are you sure this is a sure thing?
Never sure, baby love.
Okay.
Okay, give me another $3.50 on Crazy Dave and the 5th. Thanks. Wise move, my friend. Hello. Oh, Miss Bonner. No, still no sign of your boyfriend's wheels. But let me tell you, if that Benz is in the state of California, Steve Wakeman's gonna find it.
Excuse me, Frank. There's a Dr. Silver here to see you. He doesn't have an appointment. Hey, you can't just come in here.
It's okay, Geneva.
Forgive me for barging in, but it's important that you and I have a conversation.
About?
Well, first of all, I received a very disturbing phone call from Armistad's auction house this morning.
Which concerns me how?
They said someone was snooping into my private business.
Invasion of privacy is a national... What's your point?
Then, I overheard my wife on the phone whispering frantically. Not unusual given her unbalanced mental state. But on a hunch, I hit the redial button after she left the room and I got your receptionist on the line.
Small world.
Okay, if you want to play it coy, Mr. Cisco, fine. But at least hear me out so you know what you're dealing with. My wife was diagnosed several years ago as a paranoid schizophrenic. And I have tried to hold this marriage together the best I could.
Really?
Arlene is in no condition to fulfill a wife's responsibilities to her husband, and I admit that I have had to go elsewhere on occasion to have my needs met. But that doesn't mean I love my wife any less or that I would want to hurt her in any way.
Cut to the chase, Doc.
This is for you. And I want to state categorically that this is in no way a bribe.
$50,000. Buys you what?
Well, consider it payment in full for services rendered and completed on my wife's behalf. I assume that'll cover it?
More than adequately.
I appreciate your understanding. And I think in the interest of not upsetting Orlean anymore, it's probably best we just keep this between ourselves.
No problem.
I appreciate your sensitivity to a difficult and awkward situation.
Where have you been?
I have something for you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have something for you, too. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
Pick. All these years he claimed he couldn't perform. Now look at this. He's probably out filling every cavity in Encino except mine.
This was recorded at a beach house in Malibu.
Owned by whom?
Valley Associates, which turns out to be one of Dr. Silver's holding companies.
One of his holding companies?
Did he ever discuss Valley with you?
I don't know. Morris used to have these harebrained business schemes, but they always lost money.
Not this one. In 1984, your husband bought a string of dental clinics in Los Angeles, most of them in Pico Union and South Central.
In other words, he got paid in live chickens.
According to the state welfare department, he's pulled down something like $22 million in the last 3 years alone.
Oh, my God.
Plus, he's put together an art collection worth upwards of $30 million.
Congratulations, Arlene. You're rich.
You think this is some consolation for me? When for years my husband has been telling me that I ought to worship the ground he walks on because he puts a roof over my head. That he works day and night so I won't go hungry, and then I find this out. That he has more money than God. And for years he has been seeing another woman who he treats like a queen. And he treats me like his cleaning lady. Mrs. Cisco, how much would it cost to have somebody put a bullet through my husband's heart?
Let's not go there, Arlene. I understand your anger, but let's hit him where he'll really feel it. I'll file an immediate OSC to get temporary support and a discovery motion to get the books on these clinics.
Goodbye, Mr. Cisco.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Silver. Dick, one more thing. This bum was here today trying to buy me off. Something you might want to ask him about in his deposition.
Great work, Frank. You're the best.
You're still here?
I'm in training.
For what?
Being homeless. I'm serious, Frank. We don't straighten out the books. We're on the street.
I'll lean on Steve to be a little more forceful with the collection plate.
Not to second guess you, but is it unwise letting Steve run with this? I mean, I can get a real bill collector involved if you want.
Let's give him one more day and see what he comes up with.
I aspire to your patience, Frank.
Frank, there's someone here to see you. He wouldn't give his name. He said he wanted to return your call in person, so I put him in your office. Good night.
Good night.
I'm sorry, I was...
That's okay. I'm sure this is as hard for you as it is for me. I mean, what the hell do you say, right? I don't even know where to begin. I just want you to know that I don't need a father. It's not like that. I'm a big boy, and frankly, I'm really only doing this because, I don't know, someone who means something to me thinks it's important. Would you like a drink?
Gave it up years ago. It was fun for a while, then it started kicking my ass. Son.
Please, just call me Frank.
Okay. Frank, before you say anything more, I just want you to know that I'm not your father. When I got your message, I was touched. You sounded like someone in a lot of pain. But I just didn't have the heart to disappoint you on that damn voicemail everybody seems to have these days. Seems like days go by without ever hearing the sound of a human voice. Just talk radio and recorded announcements and computers telling you to punch 1 followed by a pound sign.
I must have hit the wrong number. I feel like an idiot.
Don't.
Still, I'm sorry that you had to come all the way down here, Mr.
Chernock, but please call me Fred. I've got a lot of time on my hands since I retired.
What was it you did?
I was a baker. I made bread. My wife died and I never remarried, so I never had any kids. But if I ever did, good luck to you, son.
Crazy Dave in the white cap is the leader. 5 left on the outside. You're making it turn. You're making it turn. Come on, come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. Look out. Rachel, move. Come on, no. Please, Father, right now. Please. And it's 5-way red by Crazy Dave with Captain Flirtatious and stocking Dave.
Never sure, huh?
Please hold all tickets. The results of the 5th race have been nullified, pending an investigation by the stewards.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah!
Buzz Mr. Cisco, Geneva, my darling, and tell him the end of the day is nigh.
Any luck, Wegman?
No luck.
That's what I thought.
Don't need luck. Just hard-nosed business acumen, boundless energy, and a couple of Segundo brass pelotas. Right? 72,000. Total security is back in the black.
Write Mr. Wegman a check for $7,200, George.
No, absolutely not.
Take it, Steve. You earned it. With my thanks.
Thanks appreciated. But remuneration, I won't hear of it. You see, I'm a team player.
Frank? It's Mr. Kleindorf. He says it's very important.
Yes, Dick. When? Of course. Be there in 20 minutes. It's Mrs. Silver. She turned up an OD. Howie.
Frank.
Family's good?
Excellent, thanks. Everybody has their health, thank God. Which is more than I can say for this poor broad. Friend of yours?
Client.
Excuse me, detective.
You making an OD? Texoxanol.
I've never heard of it. Must be something new. What else can you tell me about her?
Run-of-the-mill domestic matter. She got some bad news today. Sometimes they end up like this.
I'm gonna need for you to stick around.
Look, I gotta get somewhere, but I'll send you her file.
Make sure you send all of it, okay? And I will need to interview you later.
Don't worry, Howie. You'll get your answers. Texoxanol ring a bell?
Yeah. The samples Ellie said the drug rep gave the doc.
Let's take a ride.
I'm sorry, we're closed.
Frank Cisco, my associate Steve Wegman. We're private investigators.
What do you want?
Your cooperation in putting Morris Silver behind bars where he belongs.
Who?
Oh, don't even try getting over on us, gumdrop. We got a whole video library of you and Mo doing the do in Malibu.
I'm calling the police.
Good, because they're going to want to talk to you about being an accessory to the attempted murder of Arlene Silver.
That's right, Lydia. Boyfriend didn't finish the job. Arlene's in a coma.
But she stayed awake long enough to tell the cops how you held her down while the doctor shoved those tranks down her throat.
That's a lie.
Try convincing a jury of that. Put her statement together with the tape we've got of the doc telling you his wife's history. That buys you shower privileges with the Manson girls.
I swear I had nothing to do with this. I never even thought Morris would go through with it.
Well, if you weren't involved, you got some convincing to do.
What do I have to do to make you believe me?
Just get him to say he killed his old lady.
Sweetheart, this was an inspired idea. Penthouse view, room service, and a bottle of Veuve Clicquot 1988. Who could ask for anything more?
Go ahead and ask. You never know what you might get.
Oh, my God.
For the rest of our lives, Moan, I want it to be special. You like?
What's not to like?
I picked some things up at Victoria's Secrets, like, this,
Mm-hmm.
and, this.
Oh, yeah.
This.
Looks like Mo found the one he likes.
That one you wear after. But first, let's celebrate in style.
Do you know how long I've waited for this moment? No more sharing my man with that awful woman. I hated the thought of her touching you. Made my skin crawl.
I don't know what it is about hotel sheets.
Come on, baby. Get him the cop.
And you are so brilliant the way you carried it off.
Now, see, I don't know if brilliant is the right word. Genius? Maybe I think that would be closer to the truth. Thank God for free samples. No prescriptions, no DEA record, and now, no more Arlene.
Say the words.
And you did it for me, right, Mo?
I want you, baby. I want you now.
But I'm the one, right? You killed Arlene for me, right?
Oh, baby.
Come on. Tell her. Tell her.
No. No. I killed her for me. I hated everything about her. That whine, that stringy hair, and that voice that could cut tin. And now, she's dead, and I got away with it.
Zip it up, Doc. You just bought yourself a citizen's arrest for your wife's murder.
Oh, thank God. Oh, mwah. I gotta pick him up at LAX in an hour. Where'd you find it?
Calexico. I lost some of my best operatives in the raid. But what's human life when you're talking about 600 series, right?
I'm eternally grateful. Keys?
I'm afraid there's an unresolved issue of compensation.
I paid you.
$3,000 bucks? Come on, the bill is $3,800, not to mention all the man hours I put in recovering this fine automobile.
Well, 3 is all I could come up with.
3? I don't know what to tell you. 800 clams is a lot of dough.
I'm a lot of girl.
Oh, I feel so cheap.
Hey.
Hey,
So, you think the cops will be able to sweat a confession out of Mo Silver off that tape?
I already have. I just got off the phone with Howie Levin. Guy gave it up in less than an hour.
Great. So, what's wrong?
Well, that lady would still be living in blissful ignorance in Encino or Sherman Oaks or wherever if we hadn't taken the case.
And Napoleon would have won if he'd had B-52s at Waterloo. Come on, you're not sitting here trying to find some way to blame yourself for this, are you?
It just sucks is all.
Yeah, it does.
And I can't help feeling awful about it.
There'd be something wrong with you if you didn't. Hey, want to go grab a beer?
Can I take a rain check?
Sure. Got a hot date?
No. I just got some business I gotta take care of.
What can I do for you?
My name's Frank Cisco. I'm your son.
My God. I don't know what to say. I used to lay awake at nights trying to imagine what you look like.
Here I am.
You resemble your mother somewhat.
She said I look like you.
You found her too, huh?
Yeah.
You can take a swing at me if you like. You'd be entitled.
I'll pass. You look like you could take me. So, looks like you're doing okay for yourself.
Not bad. Doing the drywall work on the job. Should keep me afloat for a while. What line of work are you in?
I'm a private investigator. Used to be a cop.
I was military police, Marines.
I was in the Marines too.
Oh, yeah? What unit?
1st Division, 24th, 3rd Bat.
3-7, Kilo Company.
Good outfit.
I always meant to come find you. I'd get back to the States on leave every so often, but it seemed like there was never enough time to go looking for you. Then, as the years went by, it just seemed to get easier putting it off. I'd tell myself, someday, you get to go looking for your boy. You always hate me.
Can't hate someone you never knew.
Well, I can't undo what happened. All I can do is own up to it. And maybe if you want, we could try to get past it.
I'd be up for that.
You eating?
No.
The little place around the corner's not too bad.
Fine.
So, how long were you a cop?
This Wednesday, in a very special episode, Dharma and Greg renew their vows, and Dharma's two dogs, Stinky and Nunzio, are here to talk about it. Nunzio, nervous walking down the aisle? Sorry. Nunzio, this is your first wedding. How was it? Stinky, did you have fun? Catch Dharma and Greg Wednesday night in the